Mirthwood is a sandbox RPG with farming and life sim elements. This game starts with your village being raided, and you are ultimately forced to flee this island by boat. There is character creation here. You can pick your gender, adjust some styles and proportions, and more importantly, choose your land of origin, your social class that gives you one positive and one negative trait, and also your specific background that also applies a positive and negative trait to your character. So after escaping, you land on this island, and after some exploration, some first NPC interactions, and a quick cinematic opening, you quickly find an abandoned but suitable household. It is expected that this will be your house for the entire game. While you can't individually select a spot to settle down, the property management is still pretty deep. You start with basically nothing, of course, so you have to clear the land, till soil for farming, and slowly build up your homestead. There is crafting, of course, and you can construct buildings like barns and workshops, pretty much wherever you want on your property. They are planning to add more customization options as well, like exterior house decorations. The interior of your house can already be decorated and arranged. Crafting includes building things like furnaces for smelting ore, anvils for metalworking, kegs for brewing beer, wine presses, and cooking stations. This game does feature a story, and it opens up once you start exploring the nearby town of Bright Oak. Keep in mind that this is a sandbox game. The game is very much designed to not end with the story, so you can just exist in this world, do your stuff, and progress at your own pace. The open world is, as far as I have seen, completely seamless. There are no loading screens when entering towns or buildings. And speaking of buildings, you can enter most of them, which is very neat. The farming system lets you grow crops like barley, cabbage, and other vegetables. There's also an alcohol brewing system that lets you make different kinds of beer and wine. Skills in this game improve naturally when using them. There are 6 main categories, which are melee, archery, farming, trades, charisma, and survival. Each time you level up a skill, you get these special perk cards that you can equip. The catch is, you only have limited slots for your cards, of course. When it comes to combat, the game has the right approach, with blocking, parrying, and dodging mechanics, but it can feel clunky, especially the melee combat, since there doesn't seem to be any kind of animation cancelling. Equipping different weapons and armor pieces doesn't just change your stats, it can also influence how NPCs perceive you and react to you. Each NPC in town has their own preferences, and you can build relationships through conversations with different dialogue options. There are quite a few dialogue options that then open up even more dialogue options. Eventually, giving them gifts and romancing them is also an option. Clicking on a character provides you with a detailed overview of their current mood and also their friendship and romance status. They all have traits you can discover that help you figure out what they like. This game does also have a morality and renown system. Sometimes you'll come across scenarios where you have to make a choice, and these choices influence your morality level. Marriage is in this game as well, and your partner can travel around with you as your companion, but you can also have animals as your companion. What we have seen here so far is beyond impressive for a 2-man developer team. This game does not release in early access, but they still plan to keep adding stuff to the game, like getting children, co-op, and expanded mod support. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.